Hello people of the internet, welcome to Paint to Life. I'm GM Atank, and today I'm going to be going through an exciting new line of miniatures from WizKids, the creators of the Nozzle's Marvelous Miniatures line, as well as the Pathfinder's Battles Deep Cuts line that we typically paint here on Paint to Life. The line is called Frameworks, scheduled to come out in spring of 2022, and the good folks at WizKids have sent me a sneak peek box to Paint to Life, which is exactly what I'm going to do. I'm GM Atank, let's get sneak peeking. Frameworks are a miniature line of player characters and monsters from the Dungeons & Dragons universe. They're made of a rigid, high-impact polystyrene and come unassembled and unprimed on plastic frames, also known as sprues. They have multiple options designed to allow various customization methods by the creator. The benefit of this material is that they allow for much more detail than your standard D&D fantasy minis. It also means that every sword, staff, and pair of wings will be firm, not needing to be heat corrected when they come out of the box due to crumpling. Unprimed is also a nice perk, as some people complain about the color and thickness of the primer applied to the Nozzle's and Pathfinder Deep Cuts miniatures. Frameworks will not be the first to release D&D minis on sprues. Gale Force 9 has their Collector's Series line. I've painted some on Paint to Life. WizKids definitely has the market share to do this right, and I personally found the quality of Gale Force 9 over the years to be slightly up and down. So, a good deal of protective air, one set of legs, one torso, arms, heads, and various other bits that will be used to customize your miniature. There will always be extra pieces left over since the pieces are mutually exclusive, but those bits would be perfect for kit bashing with another model or as basing accessories in the future. Also, there's the bubblegum basing as well as these clear plastic discs, which I believe would let them blend in better should you use terrain maps. But you could also sub these out for your standard black plinth should you desire. Now they have SKUs for various classes and race combinations, but I wonder if a chance was missed to combine genders into one box using various heads for delineation, for example. An option like that might have cut down on SKU bloat that gaming stores have to contend to when buying inventory, covering all the different combinations for their community. You'll need a pair of snips, a hobby knife to shave off any cut lines and mold lines, and plastic cement or super glue for assembly. Plastic cement is another great feature with the material polystyrene. It basically melts and fuses together the two pieces after about 30 seconds for a nice permanent bond, something that's not possible using the Nozzle's or Reaper line PVC plastic. If we look at some of the mind flayers on the market today, this one here is the Reaper Bones. As you can see, that staff is quite wiggly and the material is soft and malleable. The details are alright, but it's a lesser. The Nozzle's Marvelous Miniature is a little more firm, definitely still flexible and can deform in packaging, but it is pre-primed, so you're stuck with that Vallejo gray as well as the clogging up of the details that pre-primed can cause. Finally, the Frameworks. It's hard, it's sharp, pieces aren't going to bend, the details are crisp, and it's assembled the way I want it to be. The price for Frameworks will vary based on the size and complexity of the mini. They appear to be packaged for retail similar to the Nozzle's Marvelous miniatures with the different coloration and pricing models to match. First up, the Blue Single. It's a sprue single pack, usually containing just one miniature on one frame. This size covers virtually all standard size character minis and a few monsters as well. Next up, the Yellow Box. This is what's affectionately known as the Fat Pack. Larger or more complex figures go into a Fat Pack. These are usually 2 frames per package. This next orange box is a multi-pack. Multiple figures go into multi-packs with several frames, enough to make figure bodies for 7 or 8 miniatures, along with spare parts. And this is kind of different. The spare parts are identifiable so you can identify which mini is which. so as a dungeon master you can keep track of which orc is which in your initiative roster and damage rolls. This orange box here is what's known as a double. The largest single figures would require a double pack, with as many as 3, 4, 5 frames. As you can see in this example here, the hill giant with all the various options contained within. And finally, we have the premium pack. The biggest and best sprue miniatures go into a premium pack. This class of miniature require multiple sprues to cover all of the parts and pieces that you can use to build a truly impressive figure on the tabletop. Frameworks miniatures have a starting MSRP of $14.99, which is more than you're going to pay for Nolzers or Reaper Bones. But I think WizKids is counting on the quality, customizability, and kit bashability to bring them across the finish line. And seeing how much the Warhammer community spends for high quality miniatures, I think these might be wildly successful. I'm excited to dive into these in the coming months, and I'll be doing a series of Paint to Life episodes showcasing the product line. There will be both my typical episodes where we learn a little bit of lore about the subject, as well as a unique backstory that you can take to make your own in your own D&D campaign or for inspiration for your characters. Additionally, I will be releasing the painting how-to video at the same time, and will review each Frameworks miniature on its own merits based on ease of assembly, customization options, cool factor, and an overall rating. The purpose of my channel is to paint things to life. I say this many times, regardless of your comfort level and ability, any paint will transform sterile plastic into a one-of-a-kind piece of art, brimming with character. And remember, every paint job looks great on a tabletop from 5 feet away. So with that, I'm signing off now to go begin work on the Mind Flayer. That was the first Frameworks model that the Paint to Life community voted for that I would start with. Get ready for Frameworks. I'm GM Atank. Wash your hands, people.